Training to fight, whether it's for sport or for the street, has brought up many challenges. For instance, being good at one thing doesn't necessarily make you good at everything. The average fighter believes themselves to be well-rounded, enough to handle any situation that arises.
King Kong ain't got on me!
I'm simply asking, are you efficient enough to handle yourself in any given scenario? If I ask, would you like a piece of pie? You'd probably be thinking I'm talking about pastry. But if I ask you, are you a well-rounded fighter? Can you honestly say with all certainty that you are? This is a question I present to all fighters to take a deep look at yourselves and your own combat ability. Back in the day, it was common to learn a single art and be content with that. But in today's world, more and more practitioners are branching out to fill the gaps that their single style is missing. Today, I'll break down the different categories by percentage that one may need in order to be a complete fighter, and I'll do all this with your help. Hi, I'm Seafood Charlie, Master of Shurido, here at the Warrior's Den. Today, I'd like to talk to you about being a well-rounded fighter, both in and out of the ring. The common perception of a well-rounded fighter is someone who could strike and ground fight, like you see on TV. That's partly true, but I'm going to show you how much more there is to making you truly become a complete fighter. Now I know there are plenty of traditional styles the internet loves to bash, saying they don't work in a real fight, which I will cover why I believe they can work in a real fight in a future video. I listed 10 categories that I feel are necessary to becoming a well-rounded fighter. By the end of this video, you'll be able to determine whether or not your fighting is truly well-rounded. This will depend on you as an individual, but as long as you are adequate in this area, you should be efficient enough in a fight. The degree you choose to develop in each group is completely up to you. Together, we'll find out your strengths and weaknesses on this journey to becoming a well-rounded fighter. So stick around to the end to find out the answer. You might be asking yourself, how does this help? Even though it's basically a guesstimation, every combatant should do this to gauge their own level of skill. And if you're a coach or teacher, you should be doing this for every one of your students. I do. It's not only good for the student to actually see where they are, but you can too. I made a list of names and fighting techniques you may or may not have trained in that I feel are most effective to making one well-rounded. I'm going to break each one down in order. Number 1, punching. The importance of punching is obvious. Every fight will start with your hands. Even those that can't fight can throw a punch. Being a good puncher can end a fight before it even goes to the ground. 2, kicking. Being a kicker gives you a huge advantage, especially if you can use both your hands and feet together. This potentially gives you 4 weapons instead of 2. Number 3, grappling. A strong grappler benefits from close-range fighting. Anytime you can grab and control your opponent, you control the situation, standing or going to the ground. Number 4, ground fighting. Ground fighting is essential for controlling your opponent once the fight hits the floor. Most individuals freeze when taken down and lack the knowledge to continue the fight. Number 5, takedowns. Knowing takedowns is a must-have in your fighting arsenal. Being able to control the transition from standing to ground will up your game. Number 6, trapping. Trapping is excellent for tying up an opponent and creating openings to attack at will. Number 7, joint manipulation. Joint manipulation, clearly one of the most misunderstood techniques of fighting. Being able to control someone once they grab a hold of you is important. 8, other. This is your pick. Other can be any category not listed like weaponry, blocks and guards, locks, sweeps, etc. Yes, you heard right, weapons. I covered weaponry and how it applies to a street fight that's not a firearm in one of my short videos. If you haven't seen it, please check it out and leave a comment below with your experience in this matter. Number 9, strikes. Strikes are very effective in close range. This allows you to apply palm and hammer strikes, elbow, knees, plus many others. 10, submissions. Submissions are great for controlling your opponent, plus you never know when you need to submit someone in an underground kumite and make them say mate.
Stand! Stand!
Sorry, I had a blood sport flashback.
You are next.
If you're still with me, then you must be interested in becoming a well-rounded fighter. Okay then, let's get started. First of all, draw a circle and divide it into 10 equal parts. Or you can use an interactive chart maker like MetaChart. That's what I'm using. It's simple to use and it's free. I'll put the link in the description below. Of course, you can add more slices to complement your fighting style. But for the sake of this video, we'll start with 10. So now that we have our chart divided up equally, label each slice with the aforementioned titles and put 10% in each slice to equal 100%. Don't forget to change the title Other to a title not listed that best suits you. For this video, I replaced Other with Blocks and Guard. Remember, no matter how your numbers come out, in the end, the complete pie must add up to 100%. Then pick a single category that best describes your strongest fighting ability. For example, if you're a boxer, you'll choose punching. If you're into jiu-jitsu, choose ground fighting. If you're a taekwondo practitioner, choose kicking, so forth and so on. Now, if your style contains more than one category like kickboxing, choose which part of the technique is your greatest asset, punching or kicking ability. But you may only choose one category as your primary. Once the base category has been determined, this slice should be the highest percentage of your foundation. So let's give it 20%. Now, you must subtract a total of 10% from any and all other slices to keep your pie at 100%. For your second pick, this should complement your first. If you're into, say, judo or wrestling and you chose grappling as your base, your second pick might be takedowns or submissions. If you're efficient in your second pick but not as strong as your first, let's give it anywhere from 15 to 19%. You'll need to subtract the percentage from the other slices, or you can add it to your primary piece. Either way, numbers are moving. For your third pick, I like to go to the opposite end of the spectrum and choose a category that you have the least amount of knowledge in. But no matter what, you must give it a rating, say between 1 and 3. Then, whatever number you give it, you must move the percentage rate around to the other slices. Time for your fourth pick. Choose the technique that is second to the third pick, but maybe you know a little more. Give it a small percentage, but higher than the last. Remember to multiply the other slices to complete 100%. Now, it's getting interesting. For the fifth pick, choose wisely. Ask yourself, is this skill level equal or less than the second pick? Be honest, give it a percentage you feel is accurate and reflects your ability. You still have 5 sections left. What's your next pick? Do you have one? Are you able to keep going? Give a percentage to each slice that reflects your true ability. Just make sure it all adds up to 100%. As you move through each group, your percentages will naturally fluctuate. The further you go through the pie and keep your slices as full as possible, the more efficient you are. If for whatever reason your pie is lopsided and you have large slices mixed with slivers, you'll know exactly where you stand and what you need to work on to become a fully well-rounded fighter. There are teachers all over the world willing to help you on different platforms. Remember, you don't need to be great at everything, just efficient. I make new charts for my students every quarter to make sure that their abilities of becoming a well-rounded fighter are heading in the right direction. If I see a pie piece become stagnant or the percentage is going backwards, then it's my job as Sifu to address it. I hope this helps you figure out where you are in your quest to becoming a well-rounded fighter. Let me know in the comments below how this helped you. And as I always say, knowledge is power. If you enjoyed this video and you found it useful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. This is Sifu Charlie saying, until next time, keep an open mind.